Come on, man. We back, man. We back.
We back and go ahead and tell them what number we on.
We on we are on episode 7. I think what's crazy is you're gonna have to wait till 8 to catch that joke. But
Exactly.
this is
Exactly.
episode 7, man. Welcome back to the Like a Brother podcast. This is my brother Josh,
My brother Anwar
aka Wheezy
and
the
the
Wizard.
wizard. We back.
Yes, sir. We live from my mom's basement, man, and we got a fun episode because if I'm not mistaken, this is dropping on the
Uh,
last Monday
of December.
of December,
Yeah, so that'll
which
put us
is
at
crazy to think about.
yeah.
And I thought it would just be cool to switch up the flow in this
Yeah.
episode a little bit,
The 30th.
and yeah, the 30th, yeah. When while this is airing, I will be in the air
Exactly.
on my way to
Mars.
Japan. So, which is so crazy. Which man, it's just crazy. It's
Yeah,
like
because you've been planning this trip for a minute,
it's starting. I copped the tickets on a whim
right?
in July,
Man.
and I got like video of me when
Copped?
when I first copped it. And I was like, oh my god, I'm going to Japan. This is
Uh-huh.
crazy. So vlog coming soon. I got a little bit of like the reaction of me booking a flight and everything like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, I'll be in the air, and especially on long international flights, I get
Uh-huh.
extremely reflective. So
Yeah.
I just want to take some inspiration from that, and I wanted to kind of reflect on this year.
Yeah.
It's 2024. I think it would be cool for us to talk about where we've been,
Yeah.
where we are now, and then where we want to go in 2025. So I think I'll start with I don't know. We could I'm gonna run a point on this one, but
Right.
I'm just gonna ask like overall feelings, thoughts. How
Um,
was 2024 for Josh?
Man, and reflecting back is such a key thing to do because I feel like we can be so in it all the time. I'm always leading with a sense of gratitude, even when I don't always show grateful moments or I'm not grateful in
For
moments.
sure.
And that's tough to kind of have a bird's eye view because I feel like we're all human and we're experiencing this thing in real time, but we're also needing to have the foresight and understand the bigger picture at large. And I'm a big picture guy, as y'all
Yeah.
know. And so for me, man, I'm grateful for the year. I think it was a great year of moving forward and progressing. I feel like this was a very progressive year in my life. A lot of major life changing things have happened. I'm engaged now. Y'all know I've been talking about this forever, but it's semi fresh. Like it was back in June, the 1st of
Yeah.
June.
Yeah.
And so I'm 6 months in and some change to being engaged now. That was a very big decision to make as I'm another step in manhood. That's like one of those milestones. And so the way that happened, I think, was great. Careers have changed. I think that I've gotten a lot more settled in where I'm looking to go now. And it took some time and tasting and trying of a lot of things. Like I try everything. Like I was in insurance in the beginning of the year. I'm back at where I used to work in the past, but now I'm a manager. Like so to see
Yeah.
that progression and look at different opportunities and navigating the corporate landscape, that's been a whole thing for me. My relationships with my family has changed. We lost a very influential piece of our family, my late grandmother Estelle, and still dealing with that. That's a thing. And looking at how our family dynamic has changed and navigating that and moving forward with strength. There's a bunch of different things, man, but I always attack it with gratitude. And I feel like this year was really one of like a progressive year to make positive strides. I know I always say this is going to be a good year, but I'm super excited for 2025, bro.
No, facts, bro.
Like super excited. There's some good energy, amazing projects coming up, and the opportunity is always abundant. But I feel like we're both moving in a direction to tangibly seize those things and to hold each other accountable. Like we on camera now, like this changes the game
Yeah.
for a lot of things. So I'm excited for it, man. Like how has your 2024 been as we come to a close, as you look back on the year?
Man, it's interesting to think about. I think that every year they're getting more and more jam packed.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's more and more happening. It's more and more things. And it's crazy how like 6 months in the year, I'm forgetting things that, like, you know what I'm saying. So when you
Yeah.
get to the end, it's like, man, oh wow, that did happen, or that
Uh-huh.
was this year, or I forgot about that, or like,
Yeah.
right. So I will say I'm so um really grateful that I've been documenting this.
Yeah.
Right, I've been making content and everything like that, and that's been like the purpose. But I've also, like, on the residual of it, just documenting things and having those memories has been super
Yeah.
cool. The summer I picked up a disposable camera,
Uh-huh. I'm going
a little
crazy with
film
it.
camera, and that's been one of my favorite. Like, I'm so into
Yeah.
these pictures and getting them developed, and that's how I've been remembering that I'm forgetting stuff,
Right.
and that's like a month away.
Yeah,
And then I
man.
go and get it developed, and I'm like, oh, that did happen last month.
Uh-huh.
Or I forgot I took this picture. Oh, we did link up. Oh, I did have this
Exactly.
experience. So I think I've been documenting more and more, and I've been so grateful to have like all the memories and then look back and just think about like how the year has been.
Yeah.
So no, man, it's been really it's been a really um productive year. I would say when I think about 2024, it was the start of me reintroducing myself.
Yeah. I feel that
And
for sure.
I think that a lot of people, I've always been a few things. Like, for those who know me, I've always been a fashion guy.
Uh-huh.
I've always, like, since 2015, I've had a camera in my hand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And in 2020, I was very much a content creator.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For myself. And I think that there's a lot of things from my college days and my youth, days and different things like that that I've been wanting to bring back, but I haven't necessarily done that.
Oh, okay.
And I think in 2024, I started making strides to bring back some of those things. And I really made some steps in making 8-year-old Anwar proud.
That's good, man.
And that's been one of my biggest,
Yeah.
things. And it's a big motivation for me to do things for me.
And that's good awareness. That's good.
And I think, 100%,
Yeah.
I've really started to make some strides with that. And I'm just very happy that, I don't know, I'm just very happy that I'm getting back to me.
That's good, man.
And when I say I, reintroduce myself, I think a lot of people that know me as just, like, I have been meeting people. It's just that's what happens. You meet people in a certain place as a certain thing,
Yeah.
right? But low key, I got all this other stuff going on. So I think a lot of people maybe just know me as a producer.
Yeah.
There's a huge chunk of people that know me as a guy that worked on their favorite podcast.
Right.
There's another chunk of people that know me as a guy who travels a lot and does something.
Right.
Right.
That's a big
and
majority.
you know what I'm saying? And there's
Yeah.
like just a lot of different people, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But who the hell is Onward? I kind of felt like I took that narrative and said, this is me.
Yeah.
And I've started the journey of reintroducing myself in 2024. And it's been a very rewarding experience. But I've been working old muscle, like muscles that I hadn't worked before.
Uh-huh.
And I've been knocking the rust off. And so I would say 2024 for me has felt like a warm up
Yeah.
for where I really want to take things.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? And
That's
so
what's up.
that's how that's been. 2024 has also been a little bit of a cleansing.
Yeah.
And that was the first episode, and we talked about that a
We
lot.
did talk about
but,
that.
I really I tightened up shop. And a conversation that we had off camera,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a lot more intentional. Where should I be putting my energy?
In time, man.
Who should I be surrounding myself with? What matches where I'm thinking long term and
Yeah.
what doesn't, and how I want to place myself. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that
And I
100%.
think I knew that I was out of practice and low on certain experiences.
Ah, okay.
And so I let in a lot
Yeah.
to gain experience and practice. I learned a lot about myself. I grew a lot. I gained a ton of confidence.
Yeah.
And I'm talking women. I'm talking my career. I'm talking friendships and family. I'm
Yeah.
talking financially and different things, and right. I let a lot in. I experienced. I tried, and I just said yes.
Exactly.
And I learned a lot about things, and I really grew a
Huh.
lot. And so now I think I'm coming out of that. Like, I think I'll always be a learner for my entire life.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like I'm coming out of uh that phase, that like exploration phase,
Right.
and I'm getting a lot more intentional.
Uh huh.
This is where
Kind of
I want to
streamline
go.
where you
This
want to
is how I
go.
want to take it.
Yeah.
And
As you should.
I got all the resources to do it, and I got all the, I know exactly what to do now.
Exactly.
I know what step A, B, and C are. Past that, I don't know, but I
Can at
know
least
what
take
those
those steps
initial
for it.
steps to
Yeah.
take, and now I'm ready to like take it there.
That's what's up, man. I think
So
that's good. And it shows good intentionality as far as moving where we're going in life. And I think as we have more of these conversations, I keep seeing that as a running theme and underpinning of all conversations is intentionality. Because at the end of the day, like if you're not picking, somebody's picking for you. And
yeah,
so I think that that's great, man, that you went out, you got the data most importantly, and then now you can kind of compartmentalize everything down and say, hey, this is the direction that I want to go. And I've got the confidence to know I want to go here because I've done X, I've done Y, I've done Z, and I know that X and Y weren't for me. So I
right.
can go this route now. So I'm glad that you put yourself out there in those ways. And I've definitely learned a lot from that journey too, that I'm going to be applying in my 25.
No, a thousand percent, bro. Anything you feel like I'm not, and I want to be clear. I'm not speaking towards like regrets or anything like that,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying like anything you feel like you left on the bone for 2024 that you want to that you are pursuing in 2025. I've been having
Yeah.
a common thing with that I'm ready to like end that.
Mm-hmm.
While I have, obviously there's some long term goals, so you're gonna be pursuing them for some time.
Sure.
But I think that there's other goals of mine that aren't so long term,
Mm-hmm.
and that we gotta check them off the list.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
think I have some stuff that's been lingering, maybe even longer than just 2024, but like maybe a few years, like, oh, I want to do this, and I just haven't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel that. I mean, for me, one thing like this year, like I'm trying to get like in like I think we both are like the best possible shape
Yeah.
that you can be. I feel like the reason that I want to do that is not for the aesthetic, but literally for the root of it, which is gonna be like that's the ultimate accountability that you can have is
For
to
sure.
yourself and how you're showing up, and it bleeds into so many other areas. And I want to be more intentional about that because as I go and I'm looking at getting married, and we just had this conversation earlier, we're talking about legacy, kids.
Right.
And for me, I'm trying to dial in as best as I possibly can this idea of congruency and being in a situation where I can't tell my kids to do this if I'm not actively doing it. I don't want to like live a hypocritical life.
Right.
And I feel like it's easier said than done, but I want to make strides and not really saying that I'm here to get it perfect. That's actually the opposite of what I'm saying. The truth of the matter is I'm saying that I'm always going to be trying. I'm always going to
Yeah.
be putting forth that effort. And so I feel like body is like one of those main principles where you can start to build the habits of the other things, the financial discipline. But I feel like the body itself is so connected to the mind. And that's where the real kind of war on the self begins. And if you can conquer that, it makes those next challenges not easier, but familiar now. Because it's like I've been
100%.
there and I can now do X and Y and Z. And so, yeah, man, I think that's something that I've always been kind of thinking about. And I've been in this weird stage just because of COVID and like COVID weight and like stuff like that. And so now I'm like, okay, especially I've got a wedding goal now. It's like, okay, we really need to like lock this in. And so that's what stands out. And then two, this, like, talk about getting back to ourselves. I think for me, after ISM, I've just been kind of like looking for the thing. And I've had conversations with you. I've had conversations with other individuals that are like, hey, you should do this, you should do that. And I feel like this and like building my brand, because I got people that know me for a lot of stuff too, and like, hey,
Yeah.
my barber's, hey, you still do the fashion thing while he
Yeah.
cutting my hair? And I'm like, nah, man, not really. It looks a little bit different now. I'm trying to do this, but like working on personal brand is something that I'm really excited to do this year too. Like, that's one of the things that I felt like has been lingering, and I really didn't understand not the importance of it, but the I guess the viability of it, because I was so used to like, oh no, you have to be doing X to create value.
Right.
Whereas now I see you can talk about 50 bad dates and just go up, and that can
Yeah,
turn into
yeah.
a whole thing. And so I think your journey's been inspiring for me, because when we talked about the duality in our relationship in business, that was like that creative side, and you saw the potential in that, whereas I was more like the practical, tangible,
Yeah.
we do this thing and we get paid for it. And so I felt like that kind of limited me in a lot of ways as far as what's been possible. So I'm always grateful for you and like just sharing and showcasing game. And I know we put each other on to stuff all the time, but I'm excited for like this new challenge as I see what kind of tangible things can come out of that, man. So I definitely say
No,
I
that's
left that
love,
on the
bro.
table, but I'm ready to tackle that this year.
That's love, bro. I feel similarly. I think the fitness thing, for sure. For me, I see it very similarly. Something I tell Vlog all the time. Like he will attest to this. I've been saying this for. I swear it's not an exaggeration. I swear it's not an exaggeration. I've been saying this for 8 years. I swear I've been saying it for 8 years.
That means you've been saying it.
When I'm the person who wakes up in the early hours
Mhm.
of the morning, lace up my gym shoes, and I work on my body, and then I come home and then work on my brand. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm that type of person who wakes up, handles what I gotta handle in the gym, and then comes home and then you know what I'm saying? My uh proximity
Mhm.
to where I've been wanting to be for a long time
Yeah.
will be extremely close,
Yeah.
if not in my hands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to the same reason that you were pointing out, that being the anchor of my discipline, the anchor of my day, my lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? And being like, wake up in the morning and that's the first thing we accomplish, right? Something about the mental aspect of that and the commitment that would say about me would mean I know that it would carry over to other
It's
aspects of
got
my
to.
life. So
It's
for
got
me, I
to.
feel like when I crack that code and conquer that, a lot of it'll be a flood
Yeah.
of incredible things
Yeah.
happening. It's a tough situation for me because outside looking in, I think for people, and it's not it's not. My older sister was asking me something. Is do you feel like your social media is giving something that is not? And then I was like, no. I really took those flights. I
No,
really
you
ate
did.
that food. I really drive
Car.
that car. I really did this. I really
Yeah.
did that. I was like, no, I'm not flexing. Like stuff that's not me. But what I told her was it is like I just posted something recently. I got my hands up. In the stadium. I'm playing a game, and everybody's like, "Bros made it. Bros made it." Like
Yeah.
it's like all of these. I want to see if I got. People will say things about like the lifestyle, and that's like, I'm blessed that I do love social media, but I see it for what it is.
For sure.
I have a good relationship with social media. I would say, legendary vibes. What are living your best life, bro made it. Living aura. If life is a movie, was a person. You know what I'm saying? These kind of
Yeah.
comments was like, I really appreciate that. It's just super kind, but I think for me, I feel like I'm nowhere near where I'm trying to
Exactly
take
where you
this
wanna be.
thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not even like I haven't even started yet. It's how I personally feel. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I haven't even gotten nowhere yet. You
Which
know
is
what I'm
good,
saying?
man.
So I think it's good that I have that hunger, but still trying to find that balance of that hunger, but also gratitude for, well,
Where you at? Yeah.
we did accomplish some things. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And you came a long way, bro. I know
Came
where
a
you
long
came
way.
from.
You know what I'm
A
saying?
lot of shit.
A lot, a lot,
Like,
a lot,
yeah,
a
man.
lot, man. I think about that a lot.
Yeah. That's
Even like
real
where I
time
was at,
evolution.
the job that I was at before this job. You know what I'm
They,
saying?
night and day. Like, I wouldn't even
I
believe
went
that.
from suing my employer
Oh, I forgot about that,
to
bro.
being mad because I just got my butt kicked by them in fantasy
Football,
football. You know
uh-huh.
what I'm saying? And you know they text me Drake lines.
Yeah.
So right, I came a long way, and I'm so grateful for what I have right now. But I do think that there's just certain gifts that you have, and I want to make sure I honor those. That's
Yeah.
my personal belief, is that, like, you know, people are given these like special gifts,
Yeah.
and
You
it's
gotta
your
use them.
job to figure out what it is
Mm-hmm.
and then amplify it.
Yeah.
And so
I agree.
I'm really trying to. I think I got a couple of them down. There may be some more hidden that I don't know about, but there's a few gifts of mine that I think
Yeah.
that I found, and I'm really trying to do my part to like amplify those and like bring them up. But the fitness thing is huge. That's something that's been on my docket for a while.
Yeah.
Something else that I think about is, and you know, I was sitting with it's getting to a point where people are hearing my story and seeing my skill set and different things. When you first start telling about somebody a goal of yours or what you want to do, me love to be a full-time content creator
Mm-hmm.
and create and tell these like incredible stories online. I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Since I was a little boy, I wanted to be a YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? So it's something I still want to pursue. When you first start telling people that and they're first getting introduced to you, I think maybe it's like encouraging. Oh yeah, I could totally see that for you. Like
Uh-huh.
you could totally do it. Now the conversations that I'm getting when I, you know, talk to people, it's like, bro, I feel like you could have had that 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, bro, like honestly, like I feel like you could have what?
Yeah.
You could like not even 10,000 followers. I'm talking like you could have had 220,000 followers,
Yeah.
subscribers, and have this community and build this audience and
Exactly.
tell these stories at the level that you want to tell them. Like you could have had that 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You had everything you needed then.
Yeah.
So you have more than what you need now.
Now for
You know what
damn
I'm
sure.
saying? And so it was actually interesting. I know a lot of people think about going to therapy
Uh-huh.
and they think like relationships or like whatever. I've thought like I haven't heard of people talk about this that much, but like I've thought about like professional therapy
Yeah.
for I'm like, man, is there like a block with me on a like,
Yeah, I feel that. I know exactly what you're
you
talking
know what I'm
about.
saying? Like
Yeah.
that, like, is there like I'm an extremely patient guy. I'm proud to say that I don't have that instant gratification bug that a
Mhm.
lot of our generation gets hit with. If it takes 5 years to get where I want to go,
I'm good.
I don't mind. If it
Yeah.
takes 10 years, I don't mind. Like, so it's not that I don't, you know, mind the wait or the time that it
Yeah,
takes
the journey of it all.
to achieve something. It's just I definitely feel like I could have done it sooner.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, well, why hasn't that happened? And I don't have a great answer for that. And so I would like for 2025 to kind of get into the goals now. I would like to end 2025 feeling like
Mm-hmm.
finally we got
Yeah,
some
we
of
break some
those.
headway.
You know what I'm saying? we finally got some of that taken care of.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Cuz I would say I have some lingering. I've been on the same mission, I think.
Yeah.
I haven't had too many pivots. For the most part, I've been on the same mission since I was like 16. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
No, that hasn't deviated or changed, man. I don't think it has. Knowing you as long as I have, I don't think your mission has changed. Which I think consistency is always great, but also you don't want to be overly consistent to the point where you're not adaptable now. And I know you're an adaptable person, but that ambition can kind of you could have made that left,
Right.
and
Exactly.
been up the mountain even faster.
That's
So
real.
I would say, yeah, man, just like keep expect the unexpected. Like that's the thing too. I think who said that? one of my marketing professors back in college. He
Mm.
said you have to inspect what you expect. And so with that, you have to be in a position where you're not just trying to get the thing, but you also have to be looking at all the possibilities and routes to help you get to the thing, as well as the current play you're running.
Yeah,
Because there could be some opportunity being left on the table somewhere.
a thousand
So yeah,
percent.
inspect what you expect
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. So I think I'll segue that into I'm just curious from you. We talked a little bit about some content plans.
Yeah,
Obviously, you got a wedding coming up and everything like that.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure if I really took the time and wrote it down, I might have like 100 goals for 2025.
Yeah.
That's how crazy I am. But I don't know. What do you think is a good number? Three, five,
Three's a
10?
great number.
Three's a great number.
Yeah.
If you can give me 3 goals you have for 2025, or we can go 1 and 1. I don't know how you want to do it, but
3 goals, man. Well, one obviously is the fitness, like we talked about. We gotta
yeah,
get that in check. That's on the list. Two, I kind of touched on my two is building like this personal brand
yeah,
up, and like really tapping into my creative side, and that's why I want to do it too.
yeah,
Is because I feel like I've been in such like a linear kind of like utilitarian 1 plus 1 got to equal 2 mode that it's always been uncomfortable for me because not like I don't think that people would listen to me because people listen to me all day. They're like, "Oh, bro, that was a gym." Da, da, da.
sure,
That's what I'm the wizard. Like that's what it is. So I know people get value from me. I just never thought from the standpoint of like putting myself out there and getting feedback on that type of level is that's something that people want to hear. But I actually even from the podcast now have people reach out and be like, "Hey, bro, like that helped me," or I'm
that's
watching it
real.
taking notes. And
Yeah,
so now that I got proof of concept, I think it's doubly important for me to like see that all the way through, man. So I definitely want to say that. And then I think third is really like pouring into relationships and building relationships. So I would say working on the ones that I have currently, my fiance, my family, I feel like I could be doing a better job in some areas because I do get in that Batman, like the mission, and this is it, and
for
I'm
sure.
saving Gotham, and everybody's gonna have to take a back
Yeah,
seat to this. And not in negative ways where I'm like, totally dismissive, but I do feel like there's some also like extra effort that I can make in certain areas to like say, hey, I'm still here, hey, I'm still showing up, and doing those things. And so I think being the overall goal here is being intentional with relationships, maintaining and managing and improving the ones I got, but also looking at forging new relationships too. And like we
yeah,
talked about, getting out there more.
yeah.
I think that's going to be something that's on my horizon because I'm looking to kind of build like this like-minded circle of guys around me that we're all like moving towards this same thing. And so I'll be making an effort to do that more as well. And with that comes fun, with that comes adventures, with that comes experiences.
Right.
And so I would say those are my top three. One, working out, getting in shape so I can destroy this suit on the wedding. It's gonna be fly.
Oh, Shay.
Two is gonna be the personal brand and getting that off the ground, getting that in work. And I'm gonna tie those in. Y'all see, I'm not gonna drop the blueprint yet. And then three is just being intentional with my relationships, man. I think that's my three right there.
Man, I love it, bro. That's fire,
I'm gonna
man.
hoop it.
That's fire. Open it my way. I would say my three, definitely the fitness one. I was actually, we could talk about this out loud on the pod. We have a similar goal in that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't live too. We used to live farther from each other. We don't live too far from each other now.
Yeah.
I don't know what they would look like, but I'm wondering what kind of way we could scrub in on that together. I don't know if we hit the gym together. I don't know if we
Easy.
have the same gym. We go for a run. I don't know how you would want to
Look,
do it.
bro. We can workshop that, but that no, it's more than doable now, bro. In the
Yeah,
city, it's a different vibe,
yeah,
but like me being where I'm at, you being where you're at now, like, because we've got proof of concept, we're doing this right now.
yeah.
So it's just about carving out the time, bro. But I'm down. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
we'll make that happen.
definitely think
Stay tuned.
we could align on that in some ways. But yeah, that's a big one. The fittest,
Hmm.
like I gotta just
just dead it. You know, like it's
You
just
know,
like this
that's what I'm
lingering
saying. I
thing,
just gotta
bro.
dead that like
Just
that.
like,
It's just
okay, this is just what I do.
and reading
Yeah,
this
Atomic
book,
Habits.
right? It's like it's an identity
That's what
change,
I was just gonna
and
say,
so
man. Those identity shifts
I
are
would like
key
to identify
as a healthy person. Yeah,
as you know what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
I'm extremely active,
Shout out to James Clear.
and I be getting in that gym. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's a huge one
yeah.
for me.
Especially
So
when you cross 27.
I really wanna knock that out. Um, and yeah, I mean crossing 27, I get it. I'm a lot more achier than I used to, and
Well,
I'm noticing that
25, they say your cells stop regenerating
crazy,
themselves.
right?
So,
And so I don't know. I just again on that gifts conversation, I think
uh,
I have some athleticism. I know I have some athleticism
yeah,
that I should be grateful to have.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And honor that. And
That's the whole thing,
that's
man.
how I feel. Like I've been given these like you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I have to
Yeah.
amplify them. And
And like
so I've been
tricking your mind,
neglecting
like
that.
not even tricking, but like this is an act of self care too.
A thousand
Just like
percent.
a haircut,
A
just like
thousand
anything
percent.
else. Like I feel like that's an act of self care that you need to have for yourself.
So it's
No.
it's definitely something that I wanna turn up. And then my next one is the content I want to get like scary consistent. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
want to get scary consistent.
Yeah.
And I think that I have some really dope stories to tell.
You just told me.
I got everything. I
Y'all
got
can't hear that one
every
though.
resource I need to pull it off as
Yeah.
well. And so actually, yeah, starting tomorrow, I got some stuff in the works that I'm chefing up, and it's not even in 2025 yet, but I got some things that I want to get going
Yeah.
as I go into this Tokyo trip, coming out of this Japan trip. I should
Yeah.
say Asia trip because we're kind of bouncing around.
True.
Just a lot of storytelling. I've been warming up, getting more comfortable in the camera. I have a hard time with talking to this phone like this. A lot of
Hmm.
people do the like in the car just like talking. That's a harder type of video for me to pull off.
Really?
But should be super easy for me because I'm so easy.
Yeah.
In this podcast setting, I'm easy. That's part of the reason why I wanted to do it is because
Same.
to
It's like
help
just
me
get
just
used to
being in front
that.
of this camera, just
Uh-huh.
talking. And it actually has been. I've noticed that it has been helping a little bit with
Yeah.
with that. But yeah, I got a couple different things. I had this I'll tell you one. I have this TikTok idea where I started off like as a guy who's chronically on the internet and who also is a appreciator of women.
Mm.
Here's one of my favorite thing. Here's part one of my favorite things that women do on the internet, or that
Okay.
women do that I like, or something like that
Okay.
would be the thing. And I have like a list of these things that like girls do that I just like, I like that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
oh, that's or things that I notice that
We'll be looking
out and
forward to
about
it.
or whatever. So I have like little videos like that where I'll just like talk to the camera, these ideas that pop into my head, but
Mm.
I don't.
Little think pieces.
You know what I'm saying? I want to
Yeah.
do something around travel. Like as someone, I think I'll end
Yeah.
this year with 65 flights.
Yeah.
So as someone who took 65 flights this year, like here's like my top 10
Uh-huh. The
advice.
travel hacks.
This trip to Japan, every flight was booked by myself, and every hotel that we're staying at was booked by me,
Okay.
and it was all free through points.
Sheesh.
And
That's a
so,
come up, y'all. So
a
putting
flight
y'all
to
on some
Japan,
game
like
too.
it was like I think my flight was like 2,900 cash, but it was free.
Free.
So I say all that to say, like, I have like a ton of things I'd like to share and
Yeah.
amplify, and I'd love the opportunity to do that. The other thing is I'm really excited of the idea of having a community because I do feel like I like have a lot of things that I get excited and interested about and don't always have someone to share them with
Yeah.
or like whatever. And I like the idea of building a community around some of the things that I'm really interested in
I feel
and
that.
having like a huge group chat of really cool people that also like the same things that I like that I can talk to about
Yeah.
different things. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's good, man.
So that's something for me. And then I would say my third one,
Uh-huh.
a little more zoomed in. I would like to travel with friends.
Oh,
Something that I don't
where are we going?
do or haven't done. I got plans for sure.
Yeah.
Have you met Johannes?
Yeah. Oh wait, no. I know of him, but I haven't met him
Nah,
yet.
you didn't get a chance to meet him when you was in the
Nah,
city.
because when we were in the city, but I think we missed each other because
Yeah, something.
some.
Something,
That's how
something,
it always
something.
go.
But yeah, I've been talking with him about something.
Okay.
We definitely got some stuff going on, and it's just definitely a big. I travel with family often, and then I travel for
sure.
work.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to travel with friends.
Me too. Yeah.
So it's definitely
Just
something
re-up
that I
the
want to
passport.
put.
Might as well.
I want to. Yeah, just got the new passport. So those are my three. But definitely that fitness one. It's just we gotta
Yeah,
dead that.
bro. It's just time.
We gotta dead that, and I honestly the content thing we gotta dead that too. I think
Yeah.
that it's egregious that I have this goal of wanting to be, a full-time content creator.
Yeah.
I've got everything that I've got, and I don't have like 10K on a single platform.
Yeah.
Like, it's just no excuse for that. Like I'm
is
just
doable.
not
And you're adjacent to so much stuff.
connecting the
like,
dots on
yeah.
something. You know what I'm
We'll
saying?
get there. This
But
is the year.
yeah, it's gonna happen.
This is the year.
We about to turn it up.
Yeah.
But I thought this would just be a cool little episode. I wanted it on
Record. Yeah,
Record.
that's why I was
You know
like,
what
yeah,
I'm
we need to do
saying?
this. Because now in my head, I'm like, damn, I'm saying all this shit.
I wanted it on record. I wanted the video. I want someone to be able, someone being me, to clip out this moment and say, hey, I said that I was gonna do these things,
and then did it.
and I did it.
Yep.
So, yeah, that was really what I was most excited for, and I think the fact that this episode, it hit me when I text you, ooh, I want to do this morning.
Yeah.
It hit me that, oh, this is gonna drop on the
30th,
30th, like right before the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, to have those three laid out, I have a billion more, but I think those three
are clear. Yeah.
very clear and really, really important to me.
Yeah.
And I feel like more confident than ever that, yeah. If I hit this three, y'all should be scared.
Yeah.
Not if. When I hit these three,
exactly.
it's gonna be very scary.
Exactly.
If y'all think bro made it, just wait, bro. We got a lot in the chamber.
Cooking.
Yeah. But no, I appreciate you guys as always. We appreciate you guys.
For sure.
We're finishing out 2024 with 7 episodes.
Proud as hell too, man. Like,
wow. Can I say something? I'm so sorry. This is something that I've been thinking about for a long time. And I do this weird thing with you where I say stuff to you here.
Oh, but you don't
actually say. I do this a lot with Josh. I don't even think Josh knows. I be having conversations with him.
Mm-hmm.
He don't even know I be having conversations with him.
Yeah.
Something that I wanted to say is same way with the vlogging, how I had this symptom of success of the vlogging where now I have all these memories stored. And it's so dope to look back on them. I didn't realize that starting this podcast with you meant that I would see you all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that has been a symptom of the success of being consistent with this.
That's true, man.
We haven't spent this much time together
in a long time
since we had a business together.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's
I haven't seen you 7 weekends in a row.
Yeah, man.
I see you like 3 times a year.
For sure.
If that.
For sure.
I see you on your birthday. I always make an effort. It's your birthday. I gotta come pull up on Josh.
Birthday.
And
You're
then
usually on Mars for your birthday.
And
but that's your travel time though. Every time, bro.
Yeah. And then I make an effort. I come to all the family functions.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I have a family function.
I don't miss the fish fry.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't go to that to see Josh. But we'll say that I go to see Josh.
He goes for a plate.
We don't celebrate Christmas in my house. We celebrate Kwanzaa. So my Christmas is always free.
Yeah.
And available. So when Josh has it at his house, I will be there.
Yeah.
And we have a dope picture together from a Christmas.
Yeah, from a Christmas party.
And you have it printed in your crib.
Yeah,
and every time I pull up on your crib, to your crib, I see that. And we got the King Carltons in the head. And it
still lost the recipe on that.
Oh my God. And I got the shorter hair. We had matching hair.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's like a dope. That'll just take me back. So I feel like those 3 times, I'm definitely, in the summer at the fish fry, boom, boom, boom. And then occasional, whenever. So I've seen you more times, you know what I'm saying, in these
Yeah.
last 7 weeks than I feel like I've seen you in
The
maybe
year.
3 years combined.
Yeah, which is crazy.
So that was a thing that I was thinking that I said to you, but I never said to you. So I'm saying on the pod, like this has been a cool thing. I'm like, oh, I get to kick it with my dog
weekly.
Yeah, and I think I don't know. We're just in such a growing kind of space that like sometimes it's hard to just have the free time and just be like, oh, let's just hang out or just make it or whatever.
Yeah, because it's a week be whooping ass.
And maybe somebody would think that's a negative, like, oh, you should carve out time to just hang out with your friends. But I just think just the way that we're like built, it's just like it just makes sense that Josh and
it's got to be a
when
working
we spend time together, it's because we building.
We're working
on
something.
Building.
But that was the foundation
bricks,
of our relationship, bro.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how we.
Yeah.
And so, you know, maybe somebody will critique that, but
that's just our thing, bro.
I enjoy that. That's how we.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that too.
So this has been cool and excited for more.
More. Like I'm like, man, we about to get in the teens.
I just said it's gonna be weird. I might not see you for 2 weeks because I'm gonna be
exactly.
And that's weird. I'm not gonna see you for a while. I'm used to seeing you. And particularly like today, I was like, oh, well, let's just kick it and vibe. Like we ain't got to jump right into the show.
Exactly.
Court wasn't here today. I wanted to shout out Court at the end of episode 6.
To
say thank you on the pod for helping us out. Shout out Court.
Yeah.
You were a big help, bro.
You came in clutch, bro. Like, you don't even understand.
Yeah, Court wasn't with us today, and I was just we vibing on a Sunday, so I was like, let's just chop it up a little bit. Man. So it was just good to kick it. But
no, man. I appreciate that. I think this has been a great and like probably the most appropriate coming back together. Like it's always gonna be that. But it's good to have like friends that you. I think I think we didn't leave that ISM concept of just iron sharpening iron, and it's just even doing something fun can still be growth related and helping you get to where you want to go. Now, obviously, we'll have our sessions where we just get drinks, shoot the shit,
for sure,
do whatever. But I think it's also important to be intentional with your relationships too, and like. I think this is like one of those growth checks. Like, am I growing here? Yes, I am. That's just one of those things, and. I think it's important to take that inventory as we get into the new year too of like your circle and looking at like, man, what are we talking about? Like, are we, are people building? Are we talking about how much money Braun making? Why everybody broke?
Right.
Like, which is like, it's okay to do every now and then, but after a while, like, he ain't paying my bills. So like, what am I doing to get to where I need to go? And who am I surrounding myself with?
I would say it's a testament to our relationship because we're very like-minded in this. I know you'll know when you see where I'm going. I'll go grab a beer with almost anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a very small amount of people I start and build something with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it's actually more intimate. Now that I think about it, it actually speaks, the fact that we're
how we view each other,
crafting and you know what I'm saying. Like this is my dog, it's my brother. You know what I'm saying?
For real, man.
And I think that's a great way to end the episode.
Great, nice wholesome moment for y'all.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
As always, we appreciate you guys, man.
For sure.
Thank you so much. Definitely like, subscribe. This is the last show of 2024, but this is the beginning of so much more.
Yeah. It's gonna be crazy.
That kind of rhymed a little bit.
Yeah, he spit.
OVOXO, catch your girl on my next show.
You had to ruin it, bro.
The only one that got to get without the curse.
Bro. Sorry, y'all.
We
Sorry.
out, y'all.
We're done. We're done. We're done.